Hi, this is Victoria Napolitano. I'm here with Kathy Candler. And Kathy, we have a surprise for you for Meals on Wheels.
What is that?
Ta-da.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I know they'll love that. That will be great. Thank you. Very nice.
So how do you feel right now?
Well, it's been a busy day, and the designers have come through as they always do, much more fantastically every year. It's every year I think it's never going to be as good as last year, and every year it's better. So this is our 13th and best, absolute best.
Okay, we wouldn't have this tonight if it wasn't for you. Can you tell me a little bit background and what you're doing tonight?
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting because usually an event such as this, like a fundraising event, usually one chef gets stuck with the whole thing, you know. But going back on this, I was invited to cook at Meals on Wheels as a visiting chef, and unfortunately, I couldn't show up for it.
Oh,
And I had to send somebody else to do it. And I felt very bad about that. At the time, there was a gentleman by the name of Norm Chitlin, who was the president of Meals on Wheels. And he said to me, he says, Bert, he says, I'm sorry you missed this last time, but you know, we really need to get a fundraiser going. We're desperate for some funds. And, you know, and I said to him, I says, you know, Norm, I says, I will do a fundraiser for you. So I started thinking about it because I said I want to think about it, what type of a fundraiser.
uh-huh.
And, you know, like I said, it's always one chef. And I says, wouldn't it be great, you know, get a group of chefs together. And chefs like to cook for basically not always 100 and 400 people, 10 people. 10 is kind of a magic number. So that's what we did. We just got a chef to cook for 10 people, and we got 16 chefs to do it initially. So we had 16 chefs, 160 people is what we served the first year. It was great. But then Wendy Brody, who is you know, a great chef and good friend, and Wendy says, you know, Bert, we needed to have something on the table. And she came really up with the idea about having the decorators involved. And I thought that was fabulous. And as you can see, this whole thing has evolved in the last 13 years. It has just been amazing. The decorators, the chefs, a lot of the chefs come back every year. And, you know, we give them a siphon if they want it for the food, but most of them just donate it. And they bring their own staff to help serve this. So our goal is always to get a net result of a great increase, and we hope tonight, this 13 years that we've been doing this, that we will certainly maybe be the top record. And I'm hoping for that with the auctions that we have here and all the various things. The committees are just fantastic. I mean, we got some people here that are so dedicated. They work all year round to make this event a success. I mean, I'm just maybe the initiator of it, the founder of it, but they're the ones that do all the work, and they deserve all the credit. The chefs, the designers, and the committee, and of course, all the money goes to feed the people in need. And that's what chefs like to do best, is feed people.
The energy here is fantastic. It's just gorgeous.
Oh.
Every year it does get more dynamic.
Every year it gets dynamic. I kind of walk around in awe because I wonder how they keep coming up with these creative ideas. And you know, it's endless, it's infinity, it's constant. And same thing in creating food. I mean, we tell the chefs, for example, about 3 items that are going to be served. I tell them the item and they got to come up their way. And you should see how creative they are. So it's a little competitive back there at the same time.
It is.
But the camaraderie is great and everybody has a great time. And maybe sometimes the wine flows a little more in the back than it does in the front. But what the heck, you know, chefs like to have a good time, and they have a great time doing this. And I'm really proud of them, and they're very professional about it. They're very supportive about it. And after all, that's what it's all about.
Well, thank you, Bert.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
And we are here with who tonight?
Jackie and
Don Craighead.
And how long have you been doing this with Meals on Wheels?
I think this is the 12th year that I've done it. I didn't do the first year, but I think I came in the second year, and I've done it every year since. It's one of my most favorite things to do.
Everyone always talks about your table. It always just outdoes itself every year. What gives you inspiration?
I can be in a store, I can be walking around somewhere, and I can see something and think about it and say that might make a good table. If you will look back here at that is an original Craighead painting hanging on the wall back there because I told him we're doing a safari theme, and I wanted a safari painting, an African feeling painting. So he did that. He finished it yesterday.
She just wanted the red and yellow colors for the warm and the heat, you know, of the Africa.
I know Meals on Wheels appreciates you two every year because they know you are diehards and you'll be here every event.
They can never get rid of me.
Any last words?
Just everybody, thanks for coming. Thanks for supporting Meals on Wheels. It's a wonderful organization. That's why I'm there.
I'm just happy that she allows me to share all this with her. It's made my life very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paula McChesney, owner of McChesney Design Studio and Passion by Design.
And I'm Eric Kronquist with Swenson and Salachi Flowers, downtown Monterey.
And we're working today on our design concept for Culinary Classique 2009, which is a benefit for Meals on Wheels. And I've asked Eric out here today to help me working with the actual product, the prop that we're going to use, which is a fabulous wrought iron gazebo. Eric and I are going to talk about what my design concept is and take you through some of the steps to get us from what you're going to see as the before shot to what you'll see the evening of Culinary Classique. So Eric, what I'm working with and what I'm wanting to do is have this be a Midsummer Night's Dream theme. So the gazebo is very tall and large, and so I want it to be lit with some lights shining up the sides and highlighting a beautiful chandelier that I'm getting from the Lights of Rome. So what would you think, what kind of flowers do you think we could use on this? The ballroom is going to be very dark, so I'm wanting something light and kind of airy, very romantic, very elegant. What kind of flowers do you think we should use?
Well, Midsummer Night's Dream to me, you're talking about romance, evening, softness. Roses are classic, traditional, timeless.
Like that.
Hydrangeas, very soft, warm.
Pretty.
Foliage to soften, ivy. And with the gazebo, it's all about structure, shape, and form.
Right.
And lighting is the key element. So any florals that we bring in will soften and accent what we're
So we
working
could
with.
also use some soft fabrics to drape and let the light shine through the fabrics as
Correct.
well.
Sheer draping is very classic, softens, give you a lot of romance.
This is a great deal of work, and I hope you enjoy this fabulous evening. And the team that's come together for you, it's McChesney Design Studio and Passion by Design.
Swenson and Salachi Flowers in downtown Monterey and Salinas.
The Lights of Rome, Carmel Valley. And the chef, of course, Jerry Register, the Intercontinental Hotel, Restaurant C, and also Hopelessly Romantic International. So enjoy your evening. Thanks so much.
I'm Edward Chirazi with Homescapes Carmel. I'm a buyer and I'm a designer. I enjoy taking displays and making them into something special that attracts attention. This is my 6 years with Meals on Wheels, and it's always been a pleasure to get together with designers and talented chefs and people that I maybe don't cross paths with during the year. And it's just a great synergy that goes on there, and you get to see a lot of creativity. So things are great once I have the concept in mind and I'm confident what I'm going to do. And I'm just about there for this year, and it's just pulling all those elements together and then meeting with the chef, which is another aspect that I discovered, that you have to kind of work with the chef and come up with a plan that's going to work for the whole course of the dinner. And so it's kind of it's more collaborative than I was expecting, but over the years it's very important to talk with the chef and be as a designer and to make it into something that the guests are going to enjoy. The Meals on Wheels is going to be in Pebble Beach in Spanish Bay, and it's a great event and helps a lot of people for Meals on Wheels throughout the year. I think previous years they've raised upwards of $140,000, and so it is something very substantial and makes a difference in these people's lives. And so if one night can do that and people get a lot of enjoyment out of it, I think it's a wonderful thing to be a part of.